Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a delicious chicken pie with a sauce that I made up, and it's so tasty, and they're made with puff pastry, and the puff pastry and the filling together is just so nice. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do enjoy the video, do support by giving it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. It's free of charge, and if you hit the notification bell, it just gives you that gentle reminder of when the videos come out. And if you want to share it on social media, I'd appreciate that to help grow the channel and let more people hear about what I do. So I hope you love the recipes and enjoy. Right, the first thing we're going to do for our chicken pie is cut up some chicken, and I'm sure you know me well enough now that I always do it with a pair of scissors rather than a knife. Right, and you just want little squares, little chunks, like that kind of size. Right, so in the steamer here, as you can see, we just have the water at the bottom, a pot with the holes in, and I'm just going to put my chicken in and put the lid on and let this boil while we're preparing the veg. Right, so with the carrots, you can obviously peel it if you want to, but I don't bother. I just cut one end off, and then I slice them into circles. So you get little circles like that. I find that's the best way to do it for the chicken pie. But you can cut it whatever way you like. That's just my suggestion. Right, so with the leek, I just chop it up into little circles, like this. Now, with the potatoes, you'd normally peel them, but these are beautiful new potatoes, and so I'm actually just going to keep the skin on because I love the skin of potatoes. And all you want to do is do little cubes. So you've got this kind of size potato. Right, so on top of the chicken, I'm going to put another steamer layer, and I'm just going to add the potatoes, the peas, carrots and leek. Just put it all on together, put the lid on, and if you haven't got a steamer, then you can just boil it. Okay, so for the sauce, we just melt the butter, add the flour to make a roux, cook that for 1 minute. Okay, so after a minute of cooking the roux, you want to add a bit of cream, just small amounts at a time, just like you do if you were making a white sauce with milk, but instead we're using cream. It's a bit easier actually than using the milk. And just keep stirring, and just keep adding small amounts of your cream. Of course, if you don't want to use cream, you can use milk, but using the cream just gives it this beautiful flavour. Now, while it's still quite thick like this, you add in your stock cubes. I get these jelly-like stock cubes. I prefer those ones. You can use any type. This will take a little while to dissolve. So just keep adding your cream. You can kind of just push down on the stock cube, and eventually it will dissolve. You can see now the chicken stock cube is starting to dissolve. It's looking much better. And you do this on a nice low heat. Just take your time with it, there's no rush. I tend to make this sauce while the vegetables and the chicken are cooking. See how nice that's looking now? So you want this fairly thick. Right, so into the sauce we're just going to add our vegetables. I'm going to add our chicken. If you can't steam your chicken, you're best to boil the chicken. If you fry it, then you could get hard bits in it, and you're best to keep it nice and soft. So just give this a stir. See how lovely that's looking, and can you imagine that inside your puff pastry? It really is delicious. So now we have to let this cool, because we don't want a boiling hot filling being put on top of the pastry, because it just melts the pastry. So let this cool for about 20 minutes. You can use the ready-made rolled out pastry if you wanted to. Just take it off the paper. Okay, so make sure that before you put out your puff pastry sheet that you put a bit of flour on, because it helps when you're taking it off the worktop to put in your baking tray. So what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to fold that over to about there. So we need to cut along there. You can do it with a knife or a pair of scissors. It doesn't have to be exact. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to put our filling in this kind of half. but not covering right to the very edge. So if you can imagine that line, invisible line in the middle, and then you just want to cover your filling there. And you want to do it a decent amount, fairly high but not too high. So as you can see, I've laid this out on this half, so leaving a bit of space for your edging. And if you feel it's gone over a bit, just use a spoon and push it back a bit, and try and make sure you get to the corners as well, leaving that much gap all around. We're going to put our egg wash all around the edge. Now, because of the lovely sauce, some sauce might drip out over the edge, but don't worry about that. As I said, you can use milk or water to seal these edges, but you're going to have egg to do the glaze on the top, so you might as well just use egg. Make it simple for yourself. So we're going to lift this up carefully on the edge here, and just put your other hand underneath to kind of hold the pastry up so it doesn't rip, and then fold it over so you make your triangle shape. Now if a bit of filling comes out, it doesn't matter, it's not the end of the world, but just push down with your hand to make sure that that's sealed well. And same with this side. You're not going to get it perfect, it doesn't matter. Cooking is not about perfection, it's about flavour. If you want to be more perfect, then you can tidy it up by just cutting along the edge. Now you can decorate it at the edge with a fork if you wanted to. Okay, and so if you wanted to, you can just get your fork and go along the edge just to make a little pattern. And then what you do is you just put some holes in the top to let the steam come out. And then to make sure that this puff pastry gets a lovely beautiful golden colour, get some egg wash onto the top of this. And as I said, if you haven't got a pastry brush, just use your fingers, it's fine. I actually kept forgetting to buy a pastry brush, and in the end a friend bought me one because she kept seeing the videos and seeing that I was doing it with my fingers, so she actually bought me this as a present. So that's all done, so we'll put that in the oven, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. This is very big, and this is the awkward bit, but to put it onto this baking sheet, the best thing to do is get a spatula and kind of just make sure that it's free from the worktop, and then get one spatula one side, one spatula the other side, and then just lift quick onto your baking sheet. And this is what it looks like before you put it in the oven, and I'll show you when it comes out what it looks like. Right, so we're just going to take this out, and look how gorgeous the colour that is because of the egg on the top of it. And look how beautiful that looks. So now I'm going to cut this in half so you can see what it looks like inside. Oh, the smell, if you were here, oh, the smell is just, it's making me so hungry. Anyway, I'm just going to lift this up and show you the inside. Look at that. So you've got your chicken pieces, your carrot, leeks and potato in that beautiful sauce, wrapped in that puff pastry. It's lovely. Right, I'm actually just going to have a piece for myself. Now this, I've been so looking forward to doing this video because I love the taste of this. So I'm just going to have a bit. This is lovely. So enjoy making yours. I'm enjoying eating mine. Well, thank you for watching today's video on how to make this delicious chicken pie. And I'm looking forward to doing more recipes for you. So do leave a comment on what kind of things you'd like me to do, and I'll see if I can accommodate. Right, bye for now.